Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, still outside of DC, still in the same hotel. And sincerely, greetings and blessings to all of you. Everyone who's tuning in today, I'm hoping to have fun. Once again today, I'm inspired with some ideas, with some thoughts, and some strategies in my mind about how the stream may go. This might be a short one because in the back of my mind, I got a lot of things going on. There's some moves happening and I got some laundry to catch up on. That's one of the tasks to deal with. But for now, the topic today, moments of time and life, inspired by an obvious observation. Moment by moment, life happens. That's what life is. It's just a journey through time, and it's all happening moment by moment. And the moment by moment that you experience, it's limited by your focus, what your mind is paying attention to. Your awareness is limited by your focus, and life can quickly pass by before you realize what has happened. I mean, we've all been through these little experiences and incidents, maybe an accident or something abnormal happens and we're stunned. We don't even realize what's happening until we pause and reflect and maybe gather more information. But the idea is to pay attention. Pay attention to the life you have been given, which is right now, and it's always today. Stay present with the blessings of the day. And really, that's the message of the Christ, of the spiritual teachers. Stay present and filled with love through the journeys of your life, wherever it is that you carry yourself, wherever it is your spirit guides you. Because we are all moved by spirit, by energies that are beyond the form. And the way you and I are designed, it's perfect. See, our minds are designed to protect us, to always be looking for the problems. And it's really easy to find the problems when that's what you're looking for, but there's another way of seeing everything. Remember that tip. There's always another way of seeing what you're seeing. So if you're filled with condemnation and blame, some resentment, some guilt, some shame, if you're feeling those feelings, then look within and create space within you, right? This was a topic a few days ago. Create space within you for you to experience a different perspective, because the perspective you choose is up to you, but it is important to stay true. What I see happening in our world today, it's patterns I used to experience myself, but my path. I chose to start working on me, to becoming more truthful, more honest, more kind, more patient, more Christ-like in my being. And that is the best description. I mean, to be a being of love and faith and courage and all the good things, that's what I think we all want. So I set out with that goal for myself, and the idea was, think these thoughts through for yourself comparatively, right? Jesus, if you place him where he belongs, right? The perfect example. He's something special, something to learn from and to embody. It's the goal, right? Oh, This was my thought earlier today as I went out to the sun, feeling the light and the warmth, the energies of today beaming down upon me here on earth, and realizing who I am. I'm like an instrument, the conduit from the heavens to the world. So I paused and opened myself up to receive the newest light, the newest information from the life-bringing sun that goes to the sky. And I was thinking about the divine Son, the Holy Son, the Holy Spirit, embodied and demonstrated through Jesus, Yeshua, the Christ. So if you take the stories for what they are, Jesus was perfected, right? He walked into town at the time of his ministry, and he had been perfected with love, perfected with God. And thinking about myself and all my mistakes and all my foolish reactions and the stupid things I did in my past, I'm not perfect. I'm a schmuck like everybody else, right? But I believe that what one man can do, another man can do. So if God allowed that one to be perfected, why not? Why not trust that maybe there's always another, always room for more? And so I was looking at perfection. One of the biggest things I realized I could control is my honesty. So can ask yourself this question: what prevents me from being perfectly honest? And what would it mean to be perfectly honest? Because part of honesty is knowing when to speak and when to shut up, I think. And I'm still learning that line. I'm still learning that balance of when do I just stay quiet and when do I offer and try to bring a different energy, a different different perspective. Holy brother, you are completely insane. Where is your straitjacket? Praise God. Oh, back to my point, because we're reflections. And of course, that one is a reflection of this one. The holy brother, clearly an impersonator of me. Impersonation is a great sign of flattery, so I honor that. Thank you. But here, back to the idea of reflections. So light is just another mystery that we take for granted, but it's really pretty fascinating once you look into what other people have found. So light, refractions and reflections, kind of the funhouse mirrors or the magnifying mirrors, reflections can become distorted, but there's still a reflection of that which is true. So that which is true is God. And Jesus was the image of God for us to know, one we could relate to as a brother, as a father, as a friend, as a whatever, right? He's a likeness of, that's the key. The key is to finding similarities. When you find the similarities, you can find the connections. When you find the differences, it's a little more difficult to see, but you can still find similarities through the differences. It's just what you open your mind to see. What do you want to find? I want to find the truth, and the truth will have connections and connections and layers and layers. So the truth is a mystery, but I always seek to know more. Back to the idea of the reflection, right? As it said, we're made in the image of God. That means in the likeness of, and that likeness is pure, innocent, true, whole, divine, right? That likeness is what it is. So my hope is to reflect into the world more of what God allowed me to receive and to learn about the example, Christ Jesus, right? There's so much to be learned in that story, but it's not the stories that we're told. The story that's really important to know in the story, in the collection of books in the Bible, it's the relationship that our Father, our Creator, the power and source of the universe and all time, that God has an intimate relationship with you and me, and it seeks to grow that relationship. I can say this comfortably. I'm making assumptions, obviously. I mean, I'm not the mouthpiece for God, but it makes sense. Love is the power we all seek. Every one of us, we have this yearning within us, an emptiness, a calling to be more whole. And we find that sometimes we're blessed and we find our wholeness in a relationship, right? The perfect match. And there are perfect matches. There are fairy tale romances. There are all sorts of wonderful, happy endings that people can discover. So every one of us comes into this world, but we're not whole until we align ourselves with who we are. And the best way to find yourself is to find the things that you love, because the things that you love, that reflects you and who you are. But if you're not honest about love, if you start getting into your mind and your ego, placing yourself as some supremacy or some unworthy, you're going to get confused. And I've spent many years of my past in confusion, and I didn't know it. I didn't recognize it because it was normal to me. I grew up in a household that was real emotional and real unrest. And that's kind of what I grew accustomed to. I picked up some bad habits of me along the way. But brothers and sisters, life doesn't have to be as complicated as it may seem, because it only happens one moment at a time. So if you can get in the practice of feeling peace and joy and wholeness and contentment in this moment, well, you got it figured out, because then you just extend what the moment is, and then you grow that feeling of love and wholeness and happiness. You grow and nurture you. Recognizing, here was a thought I was thinking earlier too, regarding the topic, moments of time and life. That's really all life is. It's a consecutive series of moments that we are breathing and we're here, right? We are time. You are this moment, the whole moment. That means you are the entire universe at this moment. The entire universe, you are the center. Everywhere you turn is the universe out and beyond you. So you are the center of the universe at this time. And it is always this time. And it is always now. And so what I am is a reflection of you, created by the divine. I lived a different life than you, so you could live out your purpose. You could meet and interact with the people who you interacted while I was doing me. And tuning in to me today, that's our spirits coming together for the purposes of exchange. And so my hope is to offer to you what I've been learning along my way. What I've been learning along my way, it includes this: how and why to live without fear. If you give yourself permission and you stop and think about it for yourself, the benefits and the conclusions are pretty obvious. When you're not in fear, you're in peace. When you're in peace, you can learn. When you can learn, you can grow. We're here to grow and learn and discover and to share the light and love that life can bring. It's really the purpose in my mind. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link today. Oh, the other things I had regarding this idea too. It's simplify your life. That's what Jack's about. I'm a simple guy, and I found some lessons and some tricks that seem to help me feel good despite what the world offers. So if you simplify your life and you recognize my life is now. Now is who I am, where I am. Now is where I'm supposed to be. And as you are being, then you be the greatest being you can as you work towards a greater future now. So you don't need to know everything in this life. Intelligence matters, right? It's important to have a clear mind and a mind that can, calculate and consider multiple variables. It's important to strengthen your mind, just like it's important to strengthen your body. Reading books is an incredible way, right? So you don't need to know everything, but you do need to know what's in front of you. What's in front of you right now? What's in front of you today? Not just in the physical, right? Physical vicinity, but what's in front of you in the near future? What does the future look like for you? Bringing your mind from the past into the future, it takes a little more practice, but I tell you what, the rewards are infinite. If you keep focusing on the past, keep repeating the patterns. I heard this today, and this is wise, I believe. As the pattern, right, history repeats itself individually and collectively. History repeats, the patterns repeat until the lessons are learned. And as the patterns repeat, the cost goes up. The expense is increased. It can be explained in many ways, but that which is true is eternal. That which is good and right is true. And that which is good and right and true is for you to choose right now, not later. Right now. It might have been best, back then, but we didn't do it back then. So let's do it now. Whatever choice it is that's going to make your life better, commit to it. Take a risk. Take a step. Start doing whatever it is you've been putting off, because life is short. It is important to have a plan, okay? But this society we live in, it teaches people to plan, not to live. It teaches people to defend, not to grow, right? We live in kind of a backwards world. You don't need to know everything, but you need to know what is right in front of you. Because if you can stay present in near future, long distance future, if you can stay present and conscious, you got a better chance of adapting. And we do have to adapt. Different people require different ways of communicating. We've got different relationships all over the place. So whether you realize it or not, you've made it as far as you have by adapting. Okay, but part of adapting, you still got to be flexible with the environment, but still be true to you. So life is what it is. It's kind of an adventure, but if you don't take life seriously, the serious parts of life can tear you up. And along those lines, too, I haven't been paying close attention to the chat, but our friend Rocky, others, I've been hearing the conversation about the season of Satan. Season of Satan, and how it's possible that this has been set upon us, that this is the period of time that we are living in. It could be said, because we are at a time of true darkness in the world today. So, yes, here, I'm going to drop the link. I see Cage is here. Thank you, Cage. I wonder if the link I put in the description is broken. That could be. We'll fix it. Um, Here, let me drop this. For those who may be present, may wish to join, um, drop the link and open it up for a little bit. Like I said, I'm not sure how long I plan to run, but the idea I have is in my heart. I click go live, I schedule the stream, I make some notes, I, do these things to go live with the hope and the idea that maybe some of my words can be an encouragement for someone else. Because we're living at a time, unlike others, it's a crazy time to be alive. And hey, we've got our first guest, and welcome, Cage. How you doing, brother?
Hey, same old as always, Jack. How are you, brother?
I am feeling blessed.
So I like to hear.
And here, what we were chatting about is this.
Yeah, for some reason the link you put in your description is not working. Right? I think we need to reiterate that link and maybe put that and link it into the description. I can give you one in the private chat that will work. Yeah. So because look, as soon as you made it, like no one's actually gotten it. And before it was even made, look, you got $100 anonymous donation, right, to get the ball rolling.
Right.
And now it's the first time we're publicly showing people. Because why not? Everyone needs some help sometimes. And what the fuck is wrong with that? You're a
I
man on a mission. You're trying to do something different. You know what I mean? Why not? The fuck? You throw your money at what? Fuck all? Netflix or something? So you might as well, you might as well fucking help out Jack here.
um Here, I dropped the link in the chat for those who may be interested, and I updated the description. So hopefully the link in the description, if you refresh the video, or you check it later, hopefully it's updated.
It should
The
work. Here, yeah, drop it. I'm going to check on my end to make sure it works quick.
All
Yeah.
right.
Can you pin it?
I can, but I'd rather just pin the StreamYard.
Nah, I'm saying you should pin this. Just drop the link every so often. I think that'd be better. Hey, man,
Well,
if you want the goal to accomplish itself.
I appreciate it. What it lists is the idea for an RV, but I actually may have found a rental for a short term here in the
All right, that one's working, but the one in the description, man, it's not working. It doesn't matter what the fuck it's for either way, but yeah, we could say it's an RV, whatever. Fucking give Jack money and shut the fuck up.
I appreciate it. You know, um, here truly what the money would be paid for. Any donations
It
go
should.
towards
Yeah, we
my
need Jack. We
living.
need a Starlink. We need Jack in an RV going across the world, fucking spreading the live without fear message. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome. Why not? It's better than a hotel. And Jack, I've been there before. You know what I mean? When I was a little kid, we were homeless and I had to live in a fucking motel for a little bit. Fuck it. Yeah. So yeah, you should change the one in the description, and there's like a million links in the description, and that should be the first one there. Because people donate on YouTube, right? And YouTube, what, takes like 30% of it either way. You might as well just go directly to that. And it's directly linked to you. No one can touch that except you either way. So deal with it. Go check it out. That Jack already got an anonymous $100 USD donation before it was even set up. Really. Let's see. You guys are way better than them. So, so everyone's all better than everybody else. So why don't you fucking help someone? End of rant. My bad, Jack. Oh no, we're frozen now. We're frozen in time.
Am I back? I'm having internet issues and I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hating little pussies in the chat. Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was frozen. I'm having some connectivity issues. Something's going on with the internet here, but you know, I'm making do. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got, and I can envision myself traveling around and talk, doing events and meetups and all sorts of cool things. But the first goal is a specific audience. I want to get in front of the men and women of Congress. It's time for the world to change. I believe it is time for the truth to be set free. See, that's the only thing I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting we set the truth free. Let the truth reign supreme. Let's stop this nonsensical bickering and arguing, the actual physical wars. It's time to change the world. I'm pretty sure that's why we're here. Here on Earth at this time, we're here to bring forth the new ideas because the old ways have led us to here. A lot of men and women consider the current state of the world to be good enough. I don't. I know that people deserve better. Many of the men and women, the children out in the streets or in detention cages or refugee camps, asylum centers. These men, women, and children, man, they need some more support, not more bureaucracy, not more defense. What's that? Um,
What was that other thing? Yeah, I hear you. Keep dropping. You should just pin the link so people can actually go. I guarantee if you pin it, people will fucking donate to it. Or whatever you want to call it. And guess what, everybody? Guess what? It's a tax write-off, right? So when you do your taxes, apparently, which I know most people do, guess what? You're not going to pay a dime to help a guy out. You know what I mean? It's a write-off.
Tell you what, against my better judgment, I'm following your suggestions. I mean, people love telling me what to do and to do me their way. So I've got it pinned now, Cage. But
Thank you, Jack. Yeah, why not? Maybe we'll see a few others come in now. Why not? Right?
it's
Fuck.
it's worth a try. But
We already
truly,
got the ball rolling, right? Before you even have look, you got $100 anonymous donation already. Right?
yeah,
Yeah, and that's before people even knew. So yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I recognize it. It's I'm grateful, but what I'm really hoping to find is not money. Money will come eventually, but I'm really hoping to find someone willing to give me a chance.
That's all it is. You all deserve a second chance, even a third one.
Yeah.
After three, though, you're fucked. Yeah.
Well, I don't feel as though I've been given
You're not. You're still on your first
any.
chance here. Yeah.
Well, again, I'm focused on trying to make a difference in my life, right? My family, achieve justice, maybe do something a little greater in the world too. I mean, if anyone knows a mailman, knows someone at the post office, that's one of my goals is to still try and help them.
I have a really good friend in the post office. They call him Guru, but it's in Canadian post office though. But I don't know if how interactive that is with the Americans. But yeah.
No, um, it's not.
Seen him earlier today. He's like, I'm gonna tell you a secret. You know, these flat rate boxes are going up $1. And yeah, they're probably gonna go on strike again over here. They've been going on strike a lot, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're not getting paid properly. The post office over here, like I'm not sure the dynamic over there, but I'm sure you know about this kind of stuff, right? It's unionized over there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Gage, I don't know what to do with you, man.
Just relax, buddy. Anyways, Jack, what were you saying?
I've said a lot of things.
I know, I've been listening, and you made some great points in that.
Here's the thing. All one, yeah. King Stephen could probably hook me up with an RV pocket change for him, so it sounds.
We could, right? Like you never know what's gonna happen here.
Oh, hey, Eddie, how about this? Yeah, you had a $500,000 house, a great job, a family that most will die for. You're confusing us. You keep saying you need a chance. What do you want? I want a chance to try and restore what I used to have. I mean, people have been watching, laughing, and finding joy out of me losing stuff from my life. And I'm saying, hey, I'm not all to blame in this. I could use a hand. I mean, that was kind of what I was mentioning yesterday, is I finally had the courage to ask for help because I've got problems in my life that I've been unable to solve on my own. But I'm not hiding from my problems. I'm not running from my problems. I'm not asking anyone to do anything unreasonable or dangerous, but I am trying to solve the problems of my life. I actually find it to be a problem, Eddie, that I lost my home, that I lost my job. I lost
No
my
man should be homeless or jobless. And just to make it clear to everybody listening, Jack never asked for any of this shit. It was an idea, right? And
right.
either way, you got something out of it regardless. Even if you fucking dirty bastards don't want to even fucking contribute, that's fine. And the man never asked for anything, okay?
Thank you.
So,
I
yeah, don't blame him. You know what I mean? He's just doing himself. You know what I mean? It's not on him. Blame
right.
me. If you want to blame anyone, blame me. Right? I'll take that. Yeah,
No,
man never did anything. You know, he never asked for it. Never did anything. So
please let me DJ emos. I don't know if I should engage with some of you naysayers or not, but this is not accurate. You're misunderstanding, or maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. You seem to be browsing for people to solve your problems for you, though. No, I'm searching for one person who's willing to cooperate with me for the ideas and the solutions that I see. But so far, I haven't found cooperation. Ever since I found God, people haven't wanted to cooperate with me. It's absolutely crazy.
yeah, they're fucking possessed, bro. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Well,
It's a bunch of miserable fucking people and think it's a joke seeing a man suffer.
right.
Nobody should be homeless. Nobody should be, especially on an online community like this with a bunch of people on here. Everybody could chip in, at least do something for the guy. Like, what the fuck? At least
Well,
let him have like a hotel for fucking another week. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
again, no, I appreciate what you're suggesting, but again, you're kind of missing the point.
No, I
I've been
get it.
seeking a witness to help me speak with human beings, such as my son, my ex-wife. When I was in Spokane, I was trying to find someone to help me communicate with the local pastors, help me communicate with the local city government. I don't know how to communicate different than I am. I've been working on me and my ability to communicate, but people will hear what they want to hear. And if they don't want to hear what I have to say, well, I'm left all on my own until I get a witness. So, just as the scripture says, when Before you go to the altar, if you've got a disagreement with your brother, go make peace with your brother. And if you can't make peace with your brother, then you go get a witness. And together you go and you try and solve the problem. All of this is to be done before we go to the altar. Well, I've been at the altar and I've been seeking for a witness for a long time because I know my son is confused about me. I know mankind is confused about God. I actually think God is using some of that correlation through me, but I could be wrong. I'm willing to discuss what I'm looking at, but I found a lot of people who simply want me to be wrong, Cage. And I don't know how to show people that that's not in our best interest.
Well, no, you know what? If these fucking retards want to like take like, you know, like they love seeing people. It's like a car crash. They like seeing like rubbernecking in a car crash. You know what I mean? So why don't you get the fuck out of there and grab a fire extinguisher and put that shit out and pull people out the fire? Fucking idiots.
That's what
Or you're just gonna stand there. It's like walking through a forest and seeing a piece of trash on the ground and being, it's not my fault. Someone else will clean it up.
that's
Yeah,
what
guess what? Now you're complaining.
Cage,
And now
that's
you're gonna
what
have to hold that shit to yourself. So enjoy.
well, that's what people are doing when they're complaining about the politicians, when they're complaining about what's going on. That's what mankind has become. America is just a bunch of whiny, complaining, fucking enabling fools. I used to be a fool. I used to whine and complain and gossip and waste my time doing just irrelevant things like drinking, spending the afternoon at the bar. You know, I used to live that life, but I awoke. God allowed my mind to shift. I've tried explaining this over and over. Why people think they know better than me, it kind of blows my mind, dude. But I'm telling you, Cage, life is a dream. You know this. It's an experience of consciousness through periods of time. That's all it is. That's what a dream is. A dream is an experience of consciousness through a period of time. That's what life is. So many people are asleep at the wheel. They've got in their head these identities of who they think they are. Earlier today, I was messaging our friend Here for the Laughs, or whatever his YouTube persona was. Cage, there's something going on in my life. You've become a part of this experience, right? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I think it's God. I really do. Hey, Arpol, there you go, brother. Yeah, I'll receive the life advice. Please include fiat currency along the way. There's no lying, Buttercup. I don't think I'm too good for a job. That's not accurate. I just know my value and I know what value I can offer best. So the value I offer best is the experience of what I've lived and who I am. Who I am is an advocate for the truth, a man who cares about justice. That's in my heart. It's in my blood. The American Postal Workers Union helped me discover that. Oh, so tomorrow I'm taking steps. I believe God has blessed me with a solution for my housing. I mentioned that. So I'm going to try and secure that. And then Saturday, I plan to head down to Columbus Circle in Washington, D.C. They've got a, what's it called? A solidarity circle growing. Solidarity City growing. Welcome to Muskville, a month-long organizing event in Washington, D.C. Nicknamed Muskville, this in-person organizing space will provide support for displaced workers and demonstrate mutual aid, as well as provide political education and organizing for collective action. So it sounds like my type of people. I intend to head there soon and see if I can make some connections. No, DeFreak, no luck with the Postal Service yet. And I accept that failure because I haven't found the right idea, the right conversation to even try and bring up. Because I got a lot of unanswered questions still, and I guess there's still my inner anxiety, whatever, my inner bullshit. Get tired of getting rejected. Hey, Eddie Weber, you do whatever you want.
I'm saying everybody go fucking help the man out. The man's trying to do something. He's actually out there doing something.
I'm trying.
These fuckers have never actually lived like that. So that's fine.
This is the thing. I'm trying. Why people want to get so bitter and so insulting at someone who wants to try? It kind of blows my mind. But then the more I've been learning, the more I understand it's their own insecurity. It's their own disbelief and their own lack of self-worth. So, hey, blessings to all of you. Sammy, Sonite, Artpole, all you guys, DeFreak, don't judge me even. All you guys who are here with this journey. This is our lifetime. Right? This lifetime is our lifetime. What might we accomplish? When I started asking myself that, what can I do? What can I do beyond what I've done? What can I do that's different? What can I do that's better? I found a lot of ways to learn, a lot of ways to grow. And that's when I realized that's what we're here for. Hey, a note I wrote down, Cage, you might resonate with this. It was kind of a thought from yesterday's conversation with OTW regarding God and government. Christian nationalism. That is an oxymoron. The two cannot go together. Because if you truly follow Christ, then you're about unity. Nationalism is about individuality, about separatism. Speaking of separations, welcome, Snafu.
Jack, why aren't you doing shit? Why are you still in your hotel doing nothing in DC? You're not doing shit. Have you even gone to any events? Have you tried to knock on doors? Have you talked to set any meetings up? Nope. Wasteless.
Snafu. You're assuming a lot of things, and your questions aren't really, you're not asking open questions. It's like you're coming in already convinced and convicted.
All right, then what did you do? Okay, here's my question. What did you do today to try and accomplish your mission? Other than turn on your YouTube channel and pin your fucking GoFundMe, which is fraudulent. Because a fraudulent GoFundMe for RV is not okay.
It's not.
No, you're not. You even admitted you're not getting RV.
Well, I created it.
Scamulant, bro.
He's the beneficiary.
You're pulling some scamulant shit.
Is that your narrative? That's your story.
That's the fucking narrative you're trying to run, Snafu.
That's his story. He's gonna stick to it.
And you're a rapist too. Let's not forget about that.
Right.
Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, Snafu is the most credible witness we could find. Praise God. I suppose I should go turn myself in for prosecution and detention? Snafu, you're out of your mind, dude. I'm gonna be gone with you. Holy cows. I know.
He's even able to drive a vehicle.
He's an interesting character. Chucky, you're right. You will always have haters on YouTube. Please take it as constructive criticism. People care about you, and you're much better than grifting and begging. I agree. I tend not to grift or beg occasionally when there's an opportunity for a desired goal. I invite people to join, share support how they want. I mean, I've been inviting people to share support towards my goals that would cost absolutely nothing. Cost maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe a couple phone calls, emails. That's all it would be. But we live in a world where people's minds, we get limited by money, by excuses, by problems. That's what I've heard too. When I went to the Capitol on Sunday, I learned Sunday you don't have to pay for parking on the meters, and I actually happened to find a spot that was pretty close to the Capitol on Sunday. But for my next trip, I intend to get familiar with the transit. So I'm going to figure out how to park and take the transit downtown, and we'll figure it out. We got another guest here. Welcome to you, Voy. How are you today, brother?
I'm having a great day today, Jack.
Good. Anything in particular, or just?
Yeah, well, yeah, some things in particular, but mainly the flowers. I got myself some flowers that I wanted to get, and they're quite new. They're a new breed, and I'm not talking about weed or anything, Cage. Not talking about not talking about the latest strain from Amsterdam or Canada. No, just some.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Are these, not to stay on the topic, but are these plants or just something? Okay.
No, just plants. Yeah.
Very cool.
Thunbergia. They're called Thunbergia, and there never was this pink strain of it, but now there's a pink strain, and I already have the red, the yellow, the orange, and the white. But of course, and now there's a pink one. I want that one too. Come on. So I'm having a very good day. Yeah.
Good for you. That's pretty cool, boy. And all these things, plants, whatever we get into, there is so much variety here on Earth. And the idea of different flowers and the different colors, that's pretty cool, man. I never really got into gardening as much as I could, but I admire the plants. And
it's a great thing to get into. Welcome, Voy, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, without the postage, without the people in the post office, we couldn't do the spreading of the seeds as well as Mother Nature does. So thanks to you too. Come on.
Yeah. Dude, sorry, the comment on seed, my mind jumped to the seed banks, and then it jumped to catastrophism, and then it jumped back to the mission. It's time for us to change the world.
Right.
Well, the way the world is heading right now, with the uncertainties in the weather, in the sun, in the political climate, the economic climate, all of these variables, it tells me it's time for us to change. There's better ways.
I think we need to make some offerings to to the gods. You know, we need to slash some throats, maybe. You know, maybe on stones, maybe. People, you know, I don't know how they want it, but I know the people that I want to get there. You know, people like maybe Bill Gates, or I don't know, Donald Trump. I mean, you'd like to speak to him, but maybe I'd like to, you know, also speak to him. You know, but
I think
I think it's kind of funny that you actually have faith in the. I mean, I like your journey. You know, I mean, I like that, but I mean, do you really think that you're gonna get there? Come on, let's be honest.
I tell you what, the way I see it is, while the odds are against me, I know that there's a way to get through the bureaucracy, and I know there's a way to have a conversation with him. Now, if I can achieve a conversation with him, could I be successful in opening his mind, changing his mind? I think I can. But even if I can't, at least I know that the messages have been delivered, and eventually he'll realize what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's how the truth works, man. Sometimes it takes time to grow in someone, but I know that that's how the truth is shared. It's through people. Yes, we come up with ideas and thoughts on our own, but communicating between people, Donald Trump has lived a life considerably different than mine.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Okay, well, can you guys hear me or not?
Yes.
Okay, well, here, like, for example, I'll give you an example here from somebody from my area, right? These people started from actually nothing. They started doing pranks on fucking YouTube, literally. Like, you know, no views, nothing. You know what they did? There's downtown Toronto.
Gage, who are you talking about? Like,
the Nelk people.
We were talking about Trump.
Forgard,
We were talking about Jax and Trump.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to relate here. If you give me a second, okay.
No, explain to us how it relates. No,
I'm trying to, but you won't shut up. Yeah, I'm trying to relate it to.
Let's see where it goes, boy. Thank you.
You never know. For example, like Kyle.
It's already taking too long. It's already taking too long because I know, Gage.
You haven't even gave me 30
seconds.
Okay.
Please be patient. Let's see where he goes. I'm wondering the same question.
Well, I'm saying, these people, they started from absolutely nothing at all, doing pranks and that. And they went, you know, they're from Toronto, from where I'm at in Canada. And what they started with was just some random pranks on YouTube. And you know what that led to? Now they're actually with these people and, you know, talking to them and all that, and have all that. And yeah, they started from absolutely nothing. And you know how
that was the point.
Hold on.
Was the point, and this is the.
Hold on. They went downtown to the MTV thing.
Dude, where was
it has the Masonic Lodge in front of it, and they stood outside the Masonic Lodge, and they got linked up with certain people. And guess what? All of a sudden, now they're there, out of nothing. So you don't fucking know. You don't know who you're gonna meet. You don't know what link you're gonna get, what connection you're gonna get. You know what I mean? It's possible. It's not fucking outlandish because people have done it over here. Go search up Nelk.
Okay.
You know, Kyle and Jesse and all these other people there.
Right. Life is filled with unbelievable things.
Gage, what was the point? I mean, Jack, did you get it?
The point is that you can start off as something that seems insane, but all of a sudden things happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go look it up.
The unbelievable can happen. And honestly, in smaller levels, this is what my life showed me. All these unbelievable things were happening to me, and I couldn't figure out why. But if this is the reason why, then it makes sense. I was being prepared. I was being prepared for the purpose that I didn't have when I had a family, right? When I had a job and my union duties, I wasn't paying attention to ending wars. So I think this is why everything in my life happened. And so to me, it was kind of unbelievable the way people treated me. But then I realized when I look at the greater world, there's other people who have it a lot worse than me. And those are the ones I want to help, because I had it easy. And so if I can be a voice for others, there's innocent men and women locked in prison. They're in jail right now, innocent. Their life is on hold. Their bills are falling behind because they got to wait for a day in court because someone raised an accusation against them. It's craziness what we've got. The world is broken in so many different ways. So, Voy, here's where I'm at. I know the power of the truth. The truth is supreme. When we overcome the lies and the secrecy that the governments and the corporations have been, our world can know completely different as soon as mankind stops lying to each other. So, Voy, from a distance with Donald Trump, he appears to be suffering from a lot of unresolved emotional trauma. He's got mommy and daddy issues, pretty clear. So does Bill Gates. So does Elon Musk. You can see it in their behavior.
Yeah, but you think that you can just solve those problems with your soothing voice and tone and diction? Because that's what you're trying to...
Well, Jack, have you considered that if you succeed at this whole mission, then you're going to become very famous?
You think that you can hypnotize them better than they hypnotize the nation?
Well, okay, that's an interesting way of putting it. And somewhat, yes. They've hypnotized themselves and they've fooled themselves so well, others believe them. And I see through Donald Trump, Elon Musk, I see through their characters, and I see that they have immense power, they have immense wealth and influence. When I say power, influence, right? They've got enough wealth to get other people to obey them, but they don't know. They're raised under the system of man's laws, man's rules. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, these guys are, even Bezos, they're very good with using the rules to get their private contracts from the government to increase their wealth. And then they use their wealth to increase their relationship with the government. And meanwhile, you and I are left out. Just the government sends us a bill. So I don't know how it's going to happen, Voy, but what I'm suggesting,
it should happen.
Yes.
I mean, the day that I will believe in you, Jack, that's why I'm here to challenge you. Maybe that day, it will happen. I don't know. Maybe,
Well, my question is, if it does happen, are you prepared for the fame that would come along with that? You would be famous on a world scale. Are you ready for that?
Good point, Satoshi. Yeah.
I've considered that. I've considered that, well, yes. Yes, I am prepared for that. Because, well, wealth and fame are two aspects of life that I have not experienced yet. But God has given me one hell of an adventure so far already. And I've come out of poverty before. I've tasted comfort. So I know I can achieve it again.
I mean, you're going to have to dress this differently, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. You're going to have to dress for success, dude, like Zelensky.
No. Yeah, right. Don't go in front of Trump wearing a sweatshirt.
I could actually, it's funny. Totally. I mean, if you can entertain just memories. When I flew myself and met with executives at the Postal Service, I stayed with one of my buddies from the military. He was still, I think he was still active duty. He was a chief warrant officer. And so he's used to dealing with generals and high officials and all of this. So when he saw me getting ready to go to the meeting and I was wearing jeans, oh, he was pissed off.
Yeah, so you know how the game works, huh? Yeah, been there before.
You know, I figure we're living this generation. In the old days, there was a lot of formal dress. I mean, men and women were doing, men especially, were doing physical labor and still wearing these vests and button-up shirts and shit. So in my lifetime, we've seen the dress code standard kind of change. Wealthy people have allowed themselves to be comfortable. So I'd be comfortable with whatever I'm wearing.
I like to live around wealthy people. You know, I'm not too wealthy myself, so I like to live around, you know, in the neighborhood of wealthy people. You know,
Sure,
better than living in a ghetto. You know?
it is. It is. Poverty sucks.
Yeah,
But you'd be closer to the poor, who are Jesus' people.
that's true. That's true too. You know, they usually are more hospitable. That's true. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dualistic. This
I'd say hit and miss. I get what you're saying. I've seen many poor people who are just generous to the end, right? They'll give away their last dollar
Yeah.
if the chance comes up.
I mean, have you ever been on the highway and you pass this like Toyota without a windshield even, and there's like 4 or 5 people in it, and they're all having fun, and then you pass this Tesla or Mercedes, and there's just 1 or 2 persons inside of there looking grumpy? Come on, dude. Like, yeah, there's 2 sides to it. Yeah,
There is. I've been learning though, and considering, just because people do have wealth doesn't mean they're happy. And just because someone's poor doesn't mean they're not happy. And that used to confuse me in the past, because I felt I was middle class or upper working class. I was comfortable. But since I didn't have wealth, I was unhappy, and I couldn't understand how people who had less than me, how are they so happy? Didn't make sense to me.
and so now it does make. Now you can get why? What happened?
My life,
What happened inside of you that you started understanding that?
in some ways, I allowed myself to die inside, because I stopped being attached to the things I was attached to. First it was my son, and then it was my job, and the security of a paycheck, and then it was I lost a lot of security, but I was blessed because I found the live without fear message, and that's what I've been practicing.
Dude, I'm starting to believe you. And see, RT, it's a good thing that you joined, because I'm starting to believe what Jack Talcott is saying. Help me out, brother.
No, it's not about what he's saying. It's about
I get it.
If he actually believes in it, right? And
No.
No.
First
But
of
if
all,
he lives
can you
it
hear
and he
me?
believes in it, then you can believe whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? So,
Yes, you're coming through, RT.
Yes, Voy, for sure. It's almost like my irises are spiraling. It's like, yes, I believe you, Jack. Whatever you say, Jack. Take me to your leader, Jack.
I don't give a fuck what Jack believes. All I'll say is, as long as the man fucking is true to himself and actually deals with it every day and lives it, then yeah. Why the fuck would I have an issue with it? You know what I mean? Bullshit.
I just dialed in here, first of all, to say hey to Voy and Jack. But one little anecdotal story, if you can humor me. I had, in my professional career, I had a local government client, and one of the board of supervisors, he went to the same alma mater as me, and we got to know each other, and I had a lot of respect for him, and so he had aspirations to go on to the state government. And he was like, he was a financial guy. He was like, look, I think if I can get into state government, I can make a big impact. I can help, reduce costs and save money on budget, and, just overall make fix a lot of things that he thought were broken at the state level. So he gets elected to state office, and time passes, and the next thing you know is like I run into him at a sort of like a fundraising festival or whatever, and he's like, wow, I thought I could just go in there and all my ideas, given my credentials and so forth, would be well received, and that I would almost get, a lot of pats on the back and attaboys, and what I got instead was almost like a pat on the head, like, oh, silly you, bless your heart, you'll understand, and then advance the clock another couple years later or whatever, and then he had evolved or devolved into the exact same, promoting the same garbage. And I still, like the guy, but I just share that to say it's a big beast, and that was at the state level. You can only imagine at the federal level. But I applaud you for wanting to make a difference. I think, like if you don't, if good men never, if good men stay silent and never put their neck out and never go out on a limb and never push the envelope and just do what everybody else is doing, then nothing good is going to happen. But we just have to recognize that there, it's like pushing a boulder uphill in a lot of ways. And also, once you get
Oh, you
pulled
said
into it, then the
Sisyphus.
next thing you
You
know,
said Sisyphus
little by
challenge.
little, your convictions can be sort of turned back around on top of you, and you can almost like, wait, I don't even recognize myself. I thought I was here for a good cause, a good reason, and they've tricked
Well,
me.
when you say
Anyway,
pushing
that's why
that
I was
boulder,
just wanting to call in, Jack.
when you say pushing that boulder uphill, I mean Jack is pushing that boulder uphill, and it's a weird hill, but it's a light boulder. It's not a very big boulder. It's not like Atlas, and it's only a hill. It's not a fucking mountain. So I think that he actually can do it. I mean, it's only Trump there. It's only a fucking actor. I think that actually Jack might be able to win this game.
It's possible. And RT, what you were describing, I think I've witnessed that as well. Not as close to what you described, but witness people going in with the right ideas, the right intentions, and then the next thing you know, they're beaten down and conform to the old ways. That's a hurdle.
Hello?
Are you there? RT? Can you hear it?
I mean, he has.
I heard a hello. I heard hello there.
Yeah, maybe his connection faded or something. But here's where my thought is even approaching one congressman, I actually don't have faith in that. I realize even if one goes out there to do something, it is going to require a few voices to support this idea. But the idea, I believe, is worthy. What I'm talking about is ending wars, international diplomacy, ending wars and legal secrets, so that the truth guides us, not the billionaires or the authority.
I hear what you're saying, Jack, but do you think your beard should grow longer, or that you should, to get the message across? Should you look more like an Iranian,
Mullah?
I actually, you know what I've done?
Mujahideen, or more like a clean cut.
I have a
hipster.
business. We have
I don't know.
keepos, right? We have a special keepa made out of red and gold that you can wear on your head top, and maybe then you can do with it. But I was saying, no, to be honest with you, Jack, you want to fuck with these idiots? They don't want to hear that. They're just gonna kill you. But yeah, that's fine.
No, dude, you just talked us into believing, and it might just happen. And now you're like, what's your message, Gage? Like, You just want to confuse people. You just want to oppose the current narrative because, I mean, that's how we know you.
No, I just want Jack to be at like.
Oh no! Now, of course it's no. Of course he disagrees with that
But
too.
I'm saying no. I want Buddy just to fucking. Everyone should be living. No one should be fucking without anything. You know what I mean? In this reality.
You're pretty much.
So my thing, but if you want to
Jack,
fuck with their system of politics, then you're gonna get buried either way. And unless you're ready to get, you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Then
that's where I'm at.
Do something. Yeah, if you're not afraid, then yeah,
Cage,
you're good.
Here's sincerely, this was part of my thought process. I spent my life, first in the military and then dedicated as a federal employee at the Postal Service. And in that time, I was dedicated as a union leader. So I've been living this life, but I was living it wrong. And I didn't realize it. But so then all of a sudden, in a short period of time, in the beginning of 2018, my son was no longer in my life. I was no longer local president. I was no longer had a job to go to, so the point is, I looked at myself and I said, what the fuck? I have nothing left to lose. And then I thought that through. Well, that makes sense.
That's very powerful. Now you can do something if you're not afraid.
Yeah. I spent my life being prepared for this role. I'm confident that if given the chance, this is my purpose. And so I figured take everything from a man like me, so I have nothing left to lose. Well, that's a winning strategy.
So you found your humility,
Yes.
So, right?
Yes.
But I mean, I hear what you say there, I hear what you state there, but is that actually true? Because it also takes a lot of ego to do this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
It takes confidence.
Yeah.
And it's not an egoic confidence, but I have confidence in the truth, in the answer, in the solution. If I'm the right one for the job or not, I don't know. But I know I'm ready and willing to try.
It takes... Yeah, sorry for the interruption here, but I'm like, okay, you get to a certain point. The way I grew up, it's like, what the fuck? I had to be like that from a young age. I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? Kill me? Ha ha, see you fucking next time. Good luck. Yeah, I've laughed at them. Yeah, go fucking try killing me and do me the fucking favor and watch what happens later on.
No, it wasn't about that. Cage, why do you always do this? Like, dude, just stop doing this. Just have a conversation, man. Come on.
I'm having a conversation.
No, you're not. No, you're always opposing. No, you're always opposing. You're always opposing.
It doesn't work.
Always opposing.
Divinely protected.
Each and every topic. It's too obvious, dude. It's
all right. I'm not shutting the fuck up. I'm not shutting the fuck up.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I just want to point it out. It's just.
I'm saying, try me, brother. I've seen it. I've done it. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, now I'm here.
Yes, Cage. You guys are great, and Voy, you're speaking honestly, and I see that. Cage, what he's saying is, you do have patterns, man. You got patterns of taking conversations off and
everything is a pattern. Everything has a pattern to it.
Maybe it just comes natural to him. Maybe he doesn't even try.
I don't think this is.
He's naturally what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's being authentic in the way that he knows how to be himself.
Well, maybe you should start to behave instead of being authentic, because we've had enough of this authentic Cage already. Start behaving a bit,
I've deciphered the void nickname.
Please, dude.
AI deciphered that in like 3
Welcome
seconds,
back to the conversation, RT.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Welcome back, RT.
Hello.
Blessings. Working again? Are you there?
Buddy, these guys can't even shoot me if they tried. I'm like, try it. Yeah, glitched.
Yeah, something's up. Holy cows. Hey, D, I noticed your comments recently. I think in yesterday's stream, your narrative you're missing out. You're going to find what you're going to find. And if you can't find the differences, then
It's all in the name. Then you just get a D, you know? I
hey,
mean, what's the name?
you know, I don't know. Oh, so here, back
Hey,
to
buddy, but look, the freaks saying, "Oh, Donald Trump motivated Cage to be look like a normie." Okay, you ever heard of fucking wolf in sheep's clothing? Yeah, good luck.
Well, what I've been realizing more and more is the illusions of authority. And truly, Donald Trump, I'm sure he's a good guy. He's done what he's done and he's achieved some great things, but the emperor has no clothes. This bureaucracy and the oligarchy that's taking over the nation, it's time for us to I think it's time for us as people to take this shit seriously, because the signs of corruption are undeniable. But then there's so many people who want to argue and say, no, there's nothing wrong. Donald Trump's the best thing since butter.
I never heard you do an impression, or how do you say it? Kind of funny.
I got funny voices for people all the time. But hey, we got another guest here. Welcome back, KC.
Hey, Jack, how are you?
I am feeling blessed, and I love what you're bringing. Be excellent to one another.
Yeah, it seems like Cage has the same idea.
He's got it as well. I didn't even notice it.
It's from the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Right.
Yeah. So,
dude, those are good lessons.
yeah, why not? So, have you changed the world today? What have you done?
I've not been successful in changing the world, but I did find I think I found some answers for me for lodging. And so it got me a little bit of peace in my heart, less anxiety about the uncertainty.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, it looks like things are coming together. It's not, things haven't been working out the way I thought they would.
They never do.
That's what I've been learning too. But I can worry, I can complain, I can be angry, or I can wonder and do my best and have fun. And that's what I've been doing.
All we can do, right? One day at a time. Cage boy, hello, greetings and salutations.
Yes, Casey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Same old over here.
Okay.
So that one day at a time, that's actually kind of the theme of the topic for the stream today. Moments of time. How moments of time create our lives.
Sometimes it's not even one day at a time. Sometimes it's like 1 hour at a time or 1 minute at a time. Whatever you need to do to get through it, like, just breathe through it. So it'll be all right.
That's what I've been. Yes, part of the practice of some of the older spiritual devotees. Part of the practice they would go through was intentionally causing themselves discomfort and pain, with the purpose of training the mind to move past the discomfort and the pain. I haven't been real bold in that in my own experience. The cold showers is probably about the limit I impress myself on that. But
I think you're underestimating yourself there, Jack, because you've lived through this life. No, dude, you've lived through this life of being an official in the post office. I mean, I couldn't imagine, doing. I've tried to be functional in such environments, and dude, no, not longer than 2 years.
I have great friends.
But you actually succeeded, and you became a union leader. I mean, that's something, dude. So you know somehow how to work yourselves, how to deal with these kind of people. So, I mean, that's a skill that I don't have. It's
Thank you, Roy.
Same. I can't even get through my own mail.
That is something I looked at. My life, by the time I was a sophomore in high school, it was 15 times changing schools, right? So even as a kid, I moved around a lot, and then in the military, and then with the Postal Service. My life experiences have brought me to be exposed to very diverse groups of people. And I think that is a benefit. It's really kind of helped me traveling the world and meeting so many different people. It makes a difference.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you for your service. I didn't know you were a veteran, so just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
And, the only constant is change, right? So if you're adept to making all these changes and traveling and meeting different people, you're set up for success. So again, thank you for your service.
What about that thing? Like, even, I'm not sure if you're wearing the sweater now, but the Veterans for Peace type thing.
Yeah. This is what the military service as a kid, it led me eventually to discovering my greater purpose, aligning with the organization of Veterans for Peace, trying to prevent future generations from that action and that experience of enlistment and going to war. I was blessed. My enlistments, I was kept safe and others were kept safe from me. I was blessed, but people who I know, they're still carrying around the damages of their sacrifices. They're still carrying the moral injuries and the physical pains of what they've experienced. So ending wars, that's my purpose. And when I lost touch, and really with my son, he was 15. And so I was already looking ahead at the idea that soon he'd be leaving home. Soon I wouldn't be, I wouldn't really have any attachments in Spokane, and I'd be ready for changes soon anyway. Why did I bring him up? Oh, it was when I was separated from my family in the Postal Service. That's where I discovered different things. And this is what I realized. This is how life works for everyone. We may think we've got a plan. We may think we're on the right path. And then all of a sudden there's a change, right? Something comes out of the woodwork, tears the rug out from under us, and you got to adjust.
Plan B. Yeah. Plan C. Plan, keep pivoting until, yep.
That was tough for me. As simple as that sounds, that was real tough for me, learning how to adapt. Because, holy shit, I didn't recognize it. It's coming together a little more clear. After the childhood of unrest, traveling and stuff, I felt kind of lack of security, lack of stability. And so when I finally found it again, with my job, with the routine and the family, holy shit, when it disappeared, I didn't know what to do. I was so attached. But then I started learning about self-development and goals and achievements. So then I've got so many goals written out and within me. I've achieved many of them. I'm still working towards many others. But plans, it's good to have, plan A through Z if you can.
Yeah, well, Casey was talking about Plan B, like she knows what Plan B is, like she has the Plan B blueprint. Do you have a Plan B, Casey?
I don't think we can ever plan too far out, because there's, again, the only constant is change. So I think you need a plan B. So then you have to, regroup and reassess. And then, on to plan B. And then once you get punched in the face again, as we,
We
so
need a third point to create a triangle, right?
sorry, I missed that, Cage.
Yeah, you're pretty much an improviser. Yeah.
Exactly. I think
An artist, right?
we have to, right? I mean, does everything ever go as planned?
No. I'm totally with you.
No,
I mean,
it depends.
I was
Depends
just
who's
asked.
planning.
I don't even know about Plan A. So I was asking
What about
Plan
C?
B.
What about Plan
But that,
C?
well, yeah, dude, it's Casey. I don't know. Maybe she has Plan C. I don't know.
We got Plan C. That's how you get the triangle.
Casey got Plan C.
Casey doesn't have any plans. I am probably the least planned person. I'm very much a wing it kind of person.
We're out here.
Hey, we're talking to the man with the plan, Jack Talcott himself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've become more of the wing it person. That is my plan. My plan is to stay consistent and to move forward and to adapt to whatever the moment brings. But this idea of being flexible, being, I can't remember the word you used, Casey. Spontaneous, creative.
Adaptive.
What was that? Yeah, yes.
Plan B.
Oh, adapt instead of being inept. Yeah, that's a crazy concept to get into mind.
Oh, fuck. No, I was only here. I was only here to repel this thing, but now it's here. I'm gone. I'm just gone.
I'm the man.
I don't even want to hear.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I won't disrupt. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I've been enjoying the conversations.
Right. Yeah, I hope that he was kicked. I don't care if he was kicked or left himself, but yeah, thank you for staying away.
No, and here, Stephen is in the back, and he hasn't been
fake. Let me be fakely nice to you, Talcott, and tell you what you want to hear.
He hasn't been real disruptive or disrespectful to me, at least around me.
So what about the thoughts that are going through people's minds?
I don't want to be rude to him. However, there is a time for accountability. And even though I'm involving myself between you two, I want to continue with what we've got.
I don't think Stephen would give a problem. If I'm on panel, I think Stephen would be very generous and very.
Yeah, he's gonna go on his knees and fucking bow down.
I don't care. I don't care.
No, it's fine.
Here, let him in. He'll be on his best behavior.
I feel confident with that decision.
I do too, but admittedly, I want to be respectful of the day.
Yes,
Stephen,
you said you're rich, and we're going to make Talcott's donor thing, and you're going to anonymously donate to him. Where's that?
No,
link's there.
That's
the fuck. Where's his RV, bro?
When he wants to share support, he will, and he'll do it in the way that he wants.
Well, that's what he said, right? I'm going to hold you accountable to your words. So, Mr. Rich Guy, fucking give Buddy an RV.
Yeah.
It's set up.
And I'm kicked off the show. Is that
Cage?
You guys know how things work.
Stop.
Maybe I need like crows and ravens.
Fascinating.
Cage, please stop. Steven.
But he's not kicked off. This is interesting.
Steven, don't press it.
I'm going to play the nice guy.
Cage. Golly, geez, dude.
Charlie Geese, holy cows, man.
Your interruptions.
I'm be a very nice guy. I'm going to talk like this.
Your interruptions are unhelpful, Cage. Okay?
Right. Are you mad now?
I'm
getting frustrated.
Are you frustrated with what? Yourself?
So let's just change the energy really quick. So somebody asked in the chat, ask Casey how soon she would pack for a holiday. That will tell you plenty. I could be ready, DJ Emo, in 15 minutes. If we're going somewhere, I can be ready. I'm not the one that needs to pack for, 2 weeks for a 2-night trip. So just wanted to answer that question down there.
I forgot my gavel. it was a memento, you know, a gift that the local had given me after my years of service. I left it behind.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, order in the court, order in the panel.
That's
Judge Judy,
Yeah.
that
Judge
was,
Judy Jack,
Judge Jack.
I think
Judge
that was
Judy
the
Jack,
point.
the
You know,
gavel.
some of these panels, it's like, holy cows, people just over talk each other and they just keep going on. And it's like, how do you get order? How do you get people to pause?
Well, I saw Snafu up here yesterday, and Paul. I didn't catch the show, but I watched it after it was over, and I was like, "Wow, that was interesting." Paul came over here. That
It was good to see. We still haven't figured out how to communicate properly, but I've learned I don't provoke him unless I feel the need, and I don't really feel the need to provoke
well,
him anymore.
to be fair, Paul hasn't figured out how to communicate with anyone on his show or anywhere
Do I
that
know
I've
Paul?
seen.
Cage, do I know
See,
Paul?
no, you don't.
Slave.
Now we're devolving to talking to other people that are not on the panel, going away from
Oh,
the
it's okay,
conversation.
Cage. Let's go back
Yeah,
to
like
Cage.
usual.
Let's make it about Cage.
No,
Let's make it all about Cage.
conversation. It has nothing to do with me.
Let's make it
the
about Cage.
conversation.
He wants it about
No,
him.
let's make it about Jack Talcott's link. Why don't
What
you,
if we
Mr.
don't make it about
Rich
yeah.
guy?
I think
Yeah.
Eleanor
Why
Roosevelt
don't we
said
make it about
something.
people on the panel? You can talk.
I think
You know,
Eleanor
now you're
Roosevelt.
bringing up. Yeah.
I think Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Small-minded people discuss people. Larger-minded people discuss ideas and events." So let's try to
Well,
be.
yeah. There's a middle. There's a middle thing. There
There's another one,
too,
but I
I'm
can't.
not sure.
I'm sorry, I don't have the quote in front of me, but
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't think we should discuss other people. I think we should discuss plans and ideas and events.
Just mentioning
Yeah.
yesterday's show is no problem. Just
Yeah.
that's not really
No,
the same thing. But you guys
Right.
are a little bit paranoid on that. It's okay. It's okay.
So moving forward, as I've been trying to do, thank you. The topic, moments of time. We have moments of time together. How many of our moments of time are spent complaining? There's a lot of people that find entertainment and purpose just from going around complaining about things and people. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating because everyone is free to do what they want. But do you know how bad it feels when all you do is focus on problems? I mean, when all we do is focus on memories, we keep repeating the same stories, the same patterns.
Does anyone keep a gratitude journal or log of just successes you've had for the day?
I do.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think that helps. Yeah, just to see how far you've come versus how far you have to go.
And
where'd
a
you
dream
write?
journal as well.
Where'd you write down on that? Like your finger puppet?
See, he's talking about other people. He's small-minded, and he's
No, I'm talking about you.
trying to be negative.
I'm
Right.
talking about
He's trying
you
to be
on the
negative.
panel.
You are trying to
What did
be
the puppet tell
negative.
you? How's that
Cage,
negative?
Cage,
I'm
what do you,
asking.
why? You're
Oh,
just
because
kind of
Buddy
being
said
a
he was gonna
dick.
summon demons and feds on me at one point. Right?
That wasn't brought up. You're just, I mean,
All right. Well, guess what? He brought up people that aren't on the panel. He's on the
holy
panel, so I guess I'm up.
cows.
What's wrong with
Can
that?
we, are you
Holy
competing?
cows, man.
Are you competing? It seems
no,
like you're
there's no,
competing. Cage.
actually, there's no competition at all, Jack. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay. Holy cows, man.
What are you, Hindu?
So, Jack, are you still in
Holy cow.
Washington today? Are you still in Washington?
I'm in Laurel, Maryland.
Okay.
It's between Baltimore and DC.
Any protests going on? Are there
There's-
events this week? Right? Yeah.
Yes, there's actually quite a bit going on. I missed it on was it Monday? Monday was Workers' Memorial Day. I forgot to mention that. Today is May Day, a day of labor. And in DC right now, they've got a month-long action going on. It started, I think, on the 20th or the 22nd, and my plan is to head down there, if not tomorrow, then Saturday, for sure. So the idea is unite with more people here in the DC area, because if I can meet the right person and they've got the right connection, maybe I can get a foot in the door and have conversations with the right people.
Yeah, it only takes one in, right, to get you in, and then multiply, and yeah.
Thank you, Hank.
This is where I'm at, and I know what I'm saying. The odds seem unlikely, but I know what I've learned. I know what I've experienced. I know what I've done, and I just see it. When one door opens, when one domino starts to fall for me in my direction, there's so much aligned. I believe the universe, me, God, has prepared me for this live without fear, for this to become known around the world. Someone asked earlier if I'd considered that fame would be involved with success. I've considered that. But I tell you, the past few years, particularly online, this experience, I've been humbled even more. So anything that happens with me, it is to glorify our God. That's my hope, is to live a life following the way, and my prayer is that in some way my life can glorify that of Jesus.
Well, that's great words in that. What is God to you, Talcott?
Love.
Love is God. Okay, so what about the opposite and polarity of love? You know, I mean, you can't have one without the other. So what is God? You know, that's a great, easy way to explain
The
love.
opposite of love is cage.
I wouldn't
think-
say
No,
that.
Oh yeah,
no.
perfect. Yeah, we can call it that.
He is a reflection. He is a reflection of
He is.
God.
That's true.
And actually, I said love
So
is
I'm a
God.
reflection of God. Okay, thank you.
So I think the word you mentioned, love it without fear. So fear, you know, you've seen that meme. It's like fear could stand for forget everything and run, or it's face everything and rise. So it really, you know, it's again, it's always about the mindset. So
For me, I've embraced false evidence appearing real, because when I looked at my fears closely,
Look at you, you're all fancy with the abbreviations now. There you go.
I got it from someone else, but
I'm sure you heard it somewhere. So,
yeah. When I looked at my fears closely, many of them were illogical. They were either illogical or easily avoided. It wasn't a big deal once I actually examined it. But having the courage to recognize, to admit that I am feeling afraid, that I am feeling insecure, being strong enough and wise enough to recognize that, that's the first step. And it took me a while, but I've been learning. And truly, I said God is love, but love is that which is, it's the power beyond words. So that part is true. But for me, my life started changing, and I started feeling better about myself when I accepted that nothing is more important than what is true. So the truth became my God, and the truth has humbled me. I've been brought to my knees.
All right. So let's be honest here. Okay, like 5 years ago, what you thought the truth was it the same truth you have now?
that's an interesting question.
Cold truth. Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. That's not an answer.
Well, remember, 5 years ago we were in COVID, right? So it was kind of like a weird world.
Okay,
and
10 years ago.
This is the paradox of truth. The mystery is that all things that are true can be false. I mean,
I think it just means like everyone's full of fucking shit. They don't know it yet. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
well,
continue.
here's
You are
there is-
Cage.
Oh no, not me. I've been standing on my shit
Hey,
since I
dude,
was 8 years
I've
old.
Oh,
been
not
Cage.
you.
Cage. When you pronounce the word cage backwards, it spells shit. Did you know that?
Actually, it doesn't. You know, I don't know how you're
Oh no,
pronouncing that. I don't know.
no shit.
Is that
Shit.
is that in Dutch?
The Dutchies
Okay, let's pronounce your
jumping in.
name.
All right, I
Yeah,
think I'm
let's
gonna
Dutchies.
drop
pronounce
because
that backwards
there's a
in
lot of
Dutch.
insults going on here, so I don't think I
Oh,
want to be here anymore.
well,
So
good to see you,
How do you
Casey.
say? Hold on. Yeah, Casey, great time. But either way, hey, Voynick, how do you say cage in Dutch?
Good to see you, Casey.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you,
just
Casey. I
asking. How do you say
appreciate you
cage in
joining.
Dutch? You know, that's the point, though.
Cage, you are so unaware, so
Oh yeah, I'm blissfully unaware.
self-centered. You are. You're so
I'm gonna
self-centered
shave
and
your beard on
unaware.
camera.
Now that's true. That is true. We were talking about what's true. That is true. What Jack just
Yes.
said. That's observably true about Cage.
Oh, I'm very
Yes.
unaware. Right? I have no idea what's
Yes,
going on.
Cage. You don't stop your mouth. You speak when it's not appropriate, and you say things that aren't related. Please notice the patterns, dude.
Okay, well, someone asked me. He's like, "Oh, you spell this backward." I'm saying, how do you say it in Dutch? How do you say cage in Dutch? That's my
And
question.
maybe right, and yes. So while
how is
the
that
word
unrelated to the
Cage,
conversation? What are you
Nobody
talking
cares,
Cage,
dude. Nobody cares.
No,
It was
actually,
about
okay,
the
nobody
joke.
cares
It was
unless it fits in
it
a
was
narrative.
about you being
Okay.
shit, not you really
well,
actually reacting to it.
Oh, is that
and
before or after you ate it?
Yeah,
Cage,
exactly before and after. Exactly, dude.
Yeah,
Cage,
too late.
so
Cage,
Cage is a good acquaintance of mine. So let's just try to all get along. Let's be excellent to one another. Can we just please just call a truce right now?
I'd love to. I'd love for us to be able to communicate without constant overspeaking and interruptions and deflection from the conversation. It would be amazing to have adult
It'd be
conversation.
amazing adult
It would be.
conversation when you have no idea.
Cooey
Now you're
is
looking all.
Cage in Dutch.
Are you
Cooey.
perturbed? You're
Cooey.
perturbed, aren't you, Jack?
I
What
know
are you
Cage is
doing?
trying the hardest. Cage of all of us, Cage is trying the hardest to have a conversation.
No, I'm just trying to learn the Voynich manuscript, bro. I decipher that Rosicrucian
Come on,
stuff. Yeah.
stop projecting.
Yeah.
But Cage did ask a very good question to Jack and said, did 10 years ago, was your truth the same as it is today? So I think that's very
It
thoughtful.
definitely was
Right.
not. It's kind of a rhetorical question because
Not
Hey,
necessarily.
Casey, thank you for reminding me. Because, yeah, Cage may have asked a question, but then he doesn't shut up. I was never allowed an opportunity to answer. So thank you for reminding me that. What I wanted to point out is there is science behind this idea of the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? You learn a little something and then you think you know. And admittedly, I went through that on my own with the concepts of spirituality and spirit and meditation. I thought I knew it better than I did, but 5 years ago, I was still saying the same things. So the truth is always the same. The truth is eternal. We change. What might be true for us at one time is not true for us at another time, right? We were children. We had our favorite toys, our favorite whatever, but at some point, it becomes no longer true for us. So is the truth the same in the past as it is today? I think it is, but we're not.
Yeah, but our knowledge,
according to
our
who,
scope of it changes, right?
Yes.
No.
Our scope, our relationship with that which is true changes.
Yeah.
And to
sounds a
me,
bit wishy-washy, Jack.
Maybe you just need to grow a beard, Cage.
He kept asking what cage means in Dutch or what the name is in Dutch. And
I mean, you can look
it's
it up.
How do you say
know,
cage in Dutch?
Fuck, dude, we're on the internet. You can fucking look that shit up.
I'll try to
So you're
pronounce
telling
it for
me
you.
speak the language. You
All right,
pronounce it. You
guys.
speak
Thank
the
you for
language.
having me.
Cage in Dutch is.
Take care, guys. Have a good
Right?
afternoon.
Take care,
Very
Casey.
mature.
see,
Bye, guys.
even after she Even after she
Your shit's getting
pointed out,
canceled and refunded.
why are you interrupting me again, Cage? Even after she pointed out
It's
that she
being
liked,
canceled. It's being canceled.
you're
and
doing it
refunded.
again,
You're
dude.
retarded. My
Cage,
bad.
you know what, dude? I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, close down the channel. Hurry up. Get back to work.
Listen to this. Ordering you around. Cage ruined the show. It was pretty good, but he's just disruptive and he's just selfish and
Yeah, because you don't want
egotistical.
to hear it.
He's
Okay,
negative.
so when I
He's
ask
negative.
actual questions, no one wants to answer them.
No, you're
That's
negative.
fine.
You asked a question, but you didn't let Jack answer. It wasn't the
Actually,
question.
I sat there and listened and beat around the bush for fucking.
No, you
15
didn't.
minutes.
I
Okay.
hate
Cage.
to agree with Stefan, you know, but still I did.
You know what? Here,
We're
the
in the
reality
twilight zone.
is, Cage, for the love of Pete, let me say something without you speaking over me, please. Okay?
Okay, sorry. Who's Pete though?
Oh, shit, dude. What I was trying to say multiple times, Cage, is please, your lack of awareness is what I was trying to point out. Casey is free to come and go as she wants. Anyone is, but she pointed out that she wasn't enjoying the insults and the negativity. And what do you guys do? Right back to it. I don't think you paid attention to that. That means you're not paying attention to other people's experience with you, which supports what I said earlier. You're being self-centered, dude. And it's not. I don't know. It's
Maybe
not.
he's trying to teach us something. You know,
He is.
I don't know.
He is, but he's not. He's not paying attention.
He's not aware that he's teaching us, but still he's teaching us something like that. I don't know, dude.
Voy, thank you. We all have a desire. We have a desire to be helpful. We have a desire to be good, to be of value, to be funny, right? We all have these inner desires, but maturity requires self-control. And this is what my life has been teaching me. Going to be like, please. Thank you, Cage.
But maybe Cage cannot grow a beard. I don't know. Maybe it takes a beard, you know, to grow something.
No, it doesn't take a beard.
But
You
maybe
gotta-
Cage, but still, maybe Cage should grow a beard. You know, maybe it helps Cage. Maybe it's not a rule, but maybe it will help Cage. I don't know. Just try it.
Ooh.
Try to help the man, dude.
What if he stays silent until the beard comes in?
Oh, that would be, yeah, please. Yeah.
Can we try that? You ever tried taking a vow of silence? You ever practiced something like that on your own? I did.
Yeah,
For
I did.
a little
10
while.
days. Yeah.
10 days?
Yeah.
I didn't go that long.
No, but yeah, fuck your channel. Everybody join mine because Talcott's a retard. You're all a bunch of retards.
Nice
I'm going live
return,
right
dude.
now. Cage
Excellent
reality.
return.
Cage
Excellent
reality.
return.
Join my thing. I'm going live now. See you there.
Are you
And,
monetized?
fuck you, Jack. No, I'm not monetized. I don't want any money from anybody.
Fuck, dude, I want to donate. I want to donate.
No. I'm gonna grow my beard and shave it off and feed it to you. And then after that,
Cage.
back to business. And then after that, I'll see you later. And
Cage.
see you guys later. Join my
Cage.
Caged Reality. Simply search it up. Yeah,
Please
I'm gonna
drop the
self-promote
link.
and be an asshole now. Yeah,
Cage.
you know the link. I
Cage.
dropped your link for your fucking GoFundMe that we done.
I know you did. Please.
And
I
then you
just
have people
thought
on
you-
here that I brought here. You're
Cage.
being a dick. And
I'm
you won't
sorry.
even answer simple questions. I'm simply asking, how do you say cage in Dutch? I won't answer it. That's
How
fine.
do you-
Voynick got pissed off because I was playing 8 hours a day of fucking.
Cage
actual
doesn't have
information.
Google.
He's like, oh, you're still on it.
Cage doesn't have Google
Yeah.
somehow. He
Yeah,
doesn't
so
have
everybody
Google
join my
Translate.
shit. This guy's retarded.
He doesn't have
Everybody's
Google
retarded. See you
Translate. I'm
later.
so sorry
See
for
you
you,
later.
dude.
Oh, I can
Bye.
say it.
Are you gonna
translate.
go
See
to
you
Google
later.
Translate now? Okay.
I'm gonna go to my channel and you can join. Everyone can join. You're all welcome. No one gets blocked. It's an open speech.
Katsfiguur.
Yeah. We'll see you later. Oh, there you go. Now we're finally saying. Spell it backwards now. Say it backwards in Dutch.
Cooey.
Dode hond.
Cooey.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you found it. You found it.
Cooey.
I mean, you found it. You pronounce it wrong.
Yeah,
but-
see you later, bud.
Booyah.
Yeah, I'm gonna selfishly promote my channel now. Everybody go over there and don't give me anything.
Yeah, you keep promoting it. There you go.
Yeah, see you. Yeah.
Bye. And I thought that Stephen was a nuisance, but Cage takes the cake.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm the great co-host. I'm a great guest here. I come here to bring value.
You've been a good guest. Yeah.
I don't want. I actually. I can actually. How do you say this? Condone you tonight somehow. I don't know why it is, but.
We all have different ways of being, and some people will surprise you. Just because we haven't got along with people in the past doesn't mean that we can't. So I actually appreciate, the willingness, at least. It started out, Stephen, thank you for your understanding and your patience. It started out a little tough, but Cage stepped up for us, turned the focus elsewhere. Praise God. Praise God. As someone who doesn't know these actors, Jack, you should be consistent. Voy was antagonizing Cage. There was that too, Voy. And I didn't bitch. You're right. Steven does the same shit all the time, and you allow it. Can't
What?
you? I don't think Steven does the same, not to that extent, but sometimes I'm not fair. And you know what? I try to be consistent. I really do. I try to be fair. I try to be reasonable, and I try to be consistent. It doesn't always work. Today, clearly, I could have handled the stream and the interactions. I'm sure I could have done better. Maybe not offended Cage because he's been supportive of me, but maybe I could have done better for Casey as well. I don't know. Maybe I could have done better for both of you as well.
No, I
I
think
think Charles should come on the show, and he should come on here and have some words. If he has a lot of opinions in the chat room, Charles, I think you should come on, man up, and come on the show.
I'd love to see it.
I think you did. I mean, you didn't waste my day, dude. I already had a magnificent day, like I told you, and even Steven didn't spoil it. Cage blemished it slightly, but it's gone now. It's gone.
You were having fun. I saw it. You were still having fun with Cage, so there was no spoilage.
True.
I do appreciate it. Think I'm going to start wrapping up, though. Please.
You never go for longer than 2 hours, do you? Yeah.
I try not to.
Very few people understand the Dutchy humor, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very few in the world. A lot of people find it. They don't like it. A lot of people in the world don't like the Dutch.
I wasn't
It's
joking.
true.
Dude. I mean,
No, it's true.
You think I was joking? What joke didn't you understand? So you knew it was a joke, but you didn't get it. How does that work?
You're confused. I didn't say about joking.
Right.
I didn't say that.
I don't know.
I thought it was a funny remark, though.
Shout out to Casey. I like what she said here.
Yes, thank you, Casey, for the contribution and the observation. Peace on earth, but first peace on panel. Stay blessed. You're sincerely true. I do hope to carry peace with me, but I've found a lot of people that I allow my peace to be disrupted with. And I'm trying to figure out how to do better at sharing the intentions of peace, because seriously, peace is what we're created for. Yeah, we're created to go to war. We're created to work hard. We're created for all these different things. Well, we're prepared. We're made and prepared for all those things. But what I found is the truly natural state of who we are, it's actually without thought. It's without desire. It's just a place of peace and wholeness. And that I find with love. Gratitude, man, that's the key.
Okay, final words. Final words from me, Jack. You know, I oppose you, but you know, I don't know what happened today, but I'm starting. There's a mustard seed of belief planted inside me.
Thank you.
I don't know how it happened, but it must have been just the 1st of May. I don't know what happened, but you know.
You cut the mustard? Is that what you said, boy?
I don't know what that means, dude. Is that Canadian? Is that Canadian humor? I don't know. Hey, so but,
yeah, it's better than
thank you for ending this magnificent day in a magnificent way, even together with Stephen, and a slight stage.
This guy loves saying my name, doesn't he? I think he loves me. He loves me.
Yeah, keep on believing, dude.
He loves me.
See you on the next one, Jack. Ciao.
He loves me.
Wow.
Thank you, boys. Sincerely appreciate you joining today.
Well, Jack.
Yes,
I'm having some fried shrimp, cocktail sauce, and French fries. Oh, it's really good. It's delicious. Praise God that I have this food. Bless everyone here. God bless America. I mean, America is the best country in the world. I think it is. I still think it's the best. And they have really good shrimp where I'm at right now in the state I'm in. And it's fantastic. It's crunchy, and I know Bex likes this. Oh man, it's so good. I love the shrimp. But
all
anyway,
right.
Jack, I just wanted to say thanks for having me on here today, and I wish you well in your day, your day today and your days ahead is what I wanted to say. So bless you, Jack Talcott, and bless the chat room as well. Bless the chat room. I wish I could share this shrimp and French fries with all of you. I would share it.
Thank you.
God bless you all. God bless America. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate that. I appreciate all who did join the panel, all who tuned in, participated in the chat, maybe even tuned in later just to catch up and be a part. Blessings and gratitude to you. The topic today, moments of time and life, with the thumbnail too. The idea that it's simple, it's true. Moment by moment, life happens. We spent a few moments together today. And I hope that in our moments together, your mind, your awareness found some pleasantry, found some joy, found some entertainment, some positivity, because in your mind, where your awareness, your focus, where you allow that to go, that becomes the moment of your day. So intentionally, what I found, it's simple, it's obvious, and it makes perfect sense. Not to mention the results are obvious. You'll experience the results. You'll witness the results. What I'm suggesting is develop within you a strong practice of gratitude. That was one of the questions I think Casey brought up, and a practice of gratitude, a journal of gratitude, writing down the things that you are grateful for, that you find to be special, that bring a smile to you. Make a list of those things until it becomes a permanent habit in you. But the more you write that you're grateful for, then those times in the days where it's kind of dark and you're feeling down and you're wondering what's my purpose, you can go back and see. You can go back and see the light that is with you, the blessings that are there for you. I've done these things for myself, and it's simple. It's obvious, though. If you want happiness in your life, get grateful. If you're not grateful, you're not honest. If you're not honest, well, that's a problem only you can solve. So being grateful and being curious, wondering, what do I not know? Wondering, how can I serve? How can I grow? What can I learn? What can I share? keeping those questions in your mind allows you to stay more aligned with the greater mind, because the greater mind, with the God of mind, the mind of God, is where you want to be. At least that's what I found for myself, because the kingdom of heaven, it's ours. It is here and now for you to receive. I'm here, I'm now, and I feel the wholeness of love, the wholeness of God. I feel heavenly. I'm going to wrap it up there. I may or may not be back tomorrow. As I said, I've got a few changes coming up, some logistics to take care of, and there's more adventures to be sure, though. So please, may turn out I'll do a spontaneous stream on the street. You know, if I make it down to that solidarity circle, whatever, city, we'll figure it out. Brothers and sisters, till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again. God bless us all. Peace.